For most of my adult life, I haven't had a clue what I wanted to do. I'd do a job for a while, get bored, go and do something else, get bored, go and do something else, and on it went. And I'm clearly not alone, because one of the biggest things that people come to me about is not knowing where they're going in life. Well, about a year ago, things finally changed for me when I figured out that I needed a long-term vision for my life. So in this video, I'll be explaining why you need a vision for your life and exactly how you can create one. Hello everyone, my name's Will and welcome back to my channel, Average to Epic. In this channel, I help unfulfilled corporate employees create a life of passion and purpose. If you like this video, click like, click subscribe below, that bell notification as well, and let's get straight into it. So I've had every goal under the sun. And I was looking back recently at my previous goals that I had written down, and at one point I had 22. And guess how many I achieved? Maybe 3 or 4. I had a goal to get in shape, get a six-pack, make 5k a month, make 20k a month, online trading business, and on it went. And then I realized the world's most successful people, they do things a bit differently. They tend to have a wider vision for how they want their life to be and what they want to create. For example, Jeff Bezos in the early 90s, when he was flogging used books from his garage, he had a vision to create the everything store and to be the largest online store in the world. That was his vision before he had anything. Same as Elon Musk, when he was a kid, he dreamt of living on Mars and colonizing Mars. So that got me thinking, if they have a vision, why not me? So firstly, let's talk about why is a vision so important? So let's start with a little analogy. When you're going to a new destination, you go into Google Maps, do you start by putting all the places that you'll go through along the way and then you eventually end up at the destination? Of course not. You start with the destination first. And if you think about it, it's kind of the same with us. So for so many years, I was just picking the next step, and then the next step, and then the next step. But I didn't know what the end destination was. So I was just doing the next thing, but I didn't know where I was going. But the beauty of having a long-term vision is that as long as you know the end goal, even if you don't know the bits in between, which you probably won't, I don't, I'm sort of figuring it out as I go along, but you've got the end destination. It's like that guiding star. It keeps you focused. It keeps you moving forward because you know eventually where you want to end up. So for example, I had a goal last year of getting a six-pack, and I did achieve this within 3 months. But there were several issues. So as soon as I achieved this goal, ticked it off the list, done. I soon lost the six-pack again because it was a standalone goal. There was nothing more to do. Once I achieved it, I'd achieved it. And as you'll see from this picture, yes, I had a six-pack, but I was so thin. So again, that was all I was thinking about. I wasn't thinking about the overall picture, about how I wanted to look, how I wanted to feel. It was all about just getting a six-pack. So I exercised like crazy, I cut out carbs, and the weight fell off me, and so did my trousers in the end. I was way too thin. So it was clear that wasn't working. Something else had to happen. So that's when I started to make it more into a vision. So what I do now instead is I have more of a vision for my health. So for example, now I want to be in the shape of my life. I want to have energy and vitality every single day. And I want to live until I'm 90 years old. Do you see the difference between I want to get a six-pack and I want to be in the shape of my life? I want to have energy and vitality every day. Do you see the difference there? So what it's doing is first it's a lot more compelling. Okay, it really gets me motivated. It's a continuous goal as well. So I'll probably never achieve it. Well, maybe when I'm 90, that'll be done. But I'll never really achieve that. I'll always be striving for that. Okay, it's a continuous goal. And then what I can do now is now I know the sort of end destination, as it were, I can move backwards. So what are the steps I need to achieve to get there? So of course, going to the gym, doing exercise, getting a six-pack is part of that, but it's part of the wider vision. And one final example was that I wanted to have an online business. Now, again, I couldn't really get excited about it. Whereas instead now my vision is to help millions of people create a life of passion and purpose. That really, really gets me going. That's really inspirational. That's the end destination. Within that is having an online business. But do you see how I've gone from having these individual goals that I can't really get excited about to this long-term vision? And within that, you work backwards and then you can find the way forward through that. So hopefully by now I've convinced you why you need to create a vision for your life. But the question is, how do you create a vision? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you some pointers about how you can create a vision for your life. So you need to start thinking about how you want your life to look in the future. Let's say 5 years from now. And you can start, to make it simple, you can start by thinking of these 6 main areas. And they are health, wealth, business and career, relationships, fun, and impact. So really start to think of the nitty-gritty. So firstly with health. How do you want your health to be in the future? What do you want to look like? How do you want to look naked? How much energy and vitality do you want? What sort of physical activities do you want to be doing? And the second one is wealth. How much money do you want to have? How much do you want to be worth? What do you want your net worth to be? How much money do you want in the bank? How would you feel if you had this money? What would you do with that money? How would your lifestyle look? What career or business would you want? How would your day-to-day look? How would you feel about doing this, about following your passion, about doing something that you love to do? How do you want your relationships and family life to look? Would you be married? Would you have kids? What would your soulmate look like? Your ideal partner? What would they be like? What sort of vibe would you have together? What sort of personality would they have? What things would you be doing together as a family? Where would you be going? Where would you be traveling? Start to think of that. And what fun do you want to have in your life? So people tend to focus so much on money and business, but we have to live our lives as well. We have to have fun. So what's on your bucket list? Which places do you want to visit? Do you want to go swimming with dolphins? Do you want to go bungee jumping in New Zealand? Do you want to go skydiving over Dubai? What things do you want to do? And finally, impact. This is an important one. And this is only one that I've really been focusing on recently. I used to think, like many people, money. I just need money. As long as I have money, everything will be fine. I don't need to worry about anything else. I can now see that's not the case. So there's so many millionaires and even billionaires out there who are absolutely miserable. They have everything that they could possibly want, but they're still miserable because their life doesn't have meaning. And in fact, I've had jobs in the past where if I'd stayed, I would have made a lot of money. I could be on a lot of money now, but it just didn't fulfill me. It didn't make me happy. So what impact do you want on the world? How will you help people? How will you give back? How will you make the world a better place? Okay, so to make this easy for you to create your vision, I now have some tips for you. Tip number 1 is to get writing. So a lot of us will fit our goals and our vision around our current model of the world. What do we think is possible? What do we think is not possible, more importantly? What have we failed at in the past? What is realistic? This is very dangerous because it keeps us stuck in a box, okay? And we don't necessarily push ourselves as much as we could. So we need a big, bold vision. We need to dream. Even if we think it's not possible right now and we have no idea how we're going to get there, good. Fantastic, write it down. My vision, which I'll share in a moment, is crazy to me. And everyone else I've mentioned it to. Everyone thinks I'm mad. But it's good. It's pushing me to do more, be more, and achieve more. So get a piece of paper out and start writing, okay? Whatever comes to mind, whatever your wildest dreams are, whatever you've thought about in the past, get it written down. And tip number 2 is to keep going. So many people say to me when I'm talking about this, well, I don't know what my vision is. And then they give up. I get it because I was the same for so many years, but it's an easy way out. We have to keep going. We have to keep thinking. We have to keep figuring it out. It's the only way. Believe me, it's the only way. So stop overthinking, stop worrying, Stop sort of judging yourself and overanalyzing, which I'm so guilty of, and just get something written down. No, it won't be perfect. It may well change. I think I'm probably on my 6th or 7th version now after maybe 2-3 years. It changes over time, but as long as you have the rough shell, the rough idea, you can sort of adapt it as you go along, but just get something written down. Don't worry about it and get it done. There's a quote by Mark Twain that I absolutely love, and he says, the 2 most important days in your life are, number 1, the day that you were born, and the day that you find out why. Okay, so now the exciting part. Here is my vision. I just want to give you an example of how it can look. I'm a world-renowned mindset and life coach, and I've helped people transform their lives and create a life of passion and purpose. And I've helped change the education system to teach kids the real life skills that they need to be successful in life, such as mindset, health, setting clear goals and a vision for their life, and managing their money. I have an online coaching and e-learning business that makes £100,000 per month. I've found my soulmate. She's super, super cute and I love her to pieces. And I have 2 adorable kids. I have an incredible villa in Corsica with a big swimming pool overlooking the sea and the mountains. I drive a BMW 8 Series Coupe, colour light blue, and I'm in the shape of my life, full of energy and vitality. I'm super toned, I have a 6-pack, and I weigh 11 stone. So there you have it, that's my vision. So the money and the car and the villa and all the rest of it, that's all nice and that's part of it. But the main bit for me is the first bit. Helping thousands of people create a life of passion and purpose. Essentially helping people end that misery of being unfulfilled and just drifting through life. This is what wakes me up in the morning. This is what gets me out of bed. This is what my purpose is. Okay? So do you see how powerful it is if you have a vision for your life? So the question is this realistic? Absolutely not. Do I know how I'm going to get there? No. Do other people think I'm going to get there? Absolutely not. The complete opposite. People think I'm crazy. But this is why I'm doing this. I may never get there. I don't know. Even if I get halfway, that's way better than I have now. Even a quarter of that, that's substantially better than I have now. And I've pushed myself. I've become a different person. I've learned so many different things along the way. And this is what it's all about. Okay? This is what a vision does to you. Instead of you having to push yourself every day to a job that you hate and doing stuff that you don't want to do, a clear, strong vision that motivates you should pull you towards your goals and your dreams. Okay, so now it's your turn. What is your vision? Start writing. Get a piece of paper, start getting ideas down, start thinking, start dreaming. Okay, stop being realistic, start dreaming. I look at my vision at least twice a day, in the morning and night time. I tend to be thinking about it through the day as well, and it keeps me moving forward. And I know that eventually I'll get there, and it'll be the same for you as well. Okay everyone, do hope you enjoyed this video. Hope it's given you a bit of a motivation boost. Leave a comment down below if you've got any questions, any queries, if you need a bit more help on this, let me know. If you do want some personal coaching as well, you can send me an email. My email address is down below. Check out these awesome videos here for more content, and I'll see you on the next one. Have a lovely day. Take care. Bye-bye.